Cub and Chub. From now on, from now on, home again. Hi,
Hi,
how are you, sibling?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm in a rivalry with myself. How
Are
are you?
you?
Of course, that's what I do.
I got stopped by a gorgeous black female today who saw this shirt on me and she's like, I love your shirt. And I said, thank you.
Yes,
It was
as
very
she
nice.
should. Because the girls know the girls. They do.
As I was like face deep in a biscuit, she was like, I like your shirt. I'm like, thank you so much. Great.
Hopefully, it wasn't Chick-fil-A because,
No, no homophobic biscuits on this podcast.
yes, only silver dollar biscuits that you can eat underneath the mulberry tree. Shout
Ooh.
out to my old self.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know.
That's good imagery. I like that.
Yeah, I no, I legit that is 12-year-old me. Like,
Aww.
yeah, little
Could your mom,
chubby.
did your mom make biscuits?
Oh,
Could she
did my
make a
mom make
biscuit? She could
biscuits?
make a biscuit.
Honey, is black the color of love? Yes.
Oh, did she? Were they like biscuits for the entire day? Did she like focus on like breakfast biscuits? Like, what was the deal?
It was literally just like she just made biscuits a lot because it's carbs and they hold you over for a lot of things. Like she made gravy, she made dumplings, she made uh all types of meats, all types of vegetables, which were delicious from our garden. And,
Yes.
a life that didn't feel poor, but I understand now that it didn't have a lot to do with money. Like,
Yeah, it was the self sufficiency, right? It's
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. And things that I probably won't be going back to.
did you
But
like? Did you have to can your vegetables and like pickle and
yes,
stuff?
and that's the one and only time that like me and my dad got together
Oh
because my
yeah,
dad did the canning.
yeah.
And so, especially like the middle school years, because the middle school was right beside of the cannery. So
Oh,
we would like get all of our greens, all of our like he canned fruitcakes. So like,
oh wow.
yeah, I didn't like fruitcakes, oddly, and but I did like the cake part. So he would make what's called an applesauce cake for me. So he would
Uh,
always like can 5 applesauce cakes a year, and then like
mm.
a bunch of fruitcakes. But we also canned all different types of stuff. We can potatoes, we can like green beans, but I would go with him early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning, and we would go and I would see Miss Viney. Shout out to you, probably dead and gone. But she was a old lady. Like
Yeah,
she was old before I was born. So I know she definitely probably is feeding the worms now.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, we would go and can all the stuff, and then I would have to go to class, and it was in the middle of the canning process. And
Hmm.
then when I would get out of school, I'd walk over there, and it would all be canned and ready to be going. It was super cute. It was everything. It was
Oh,
very
that's so
that's
awesome.
that is one memory that I have with my dad that I'm like, yeah,
Did
I
that with
had
Daddy.
dad memories. I had a dad. Like,
That's right. So the cannery was separate. Like you guys would go somewhere else to do the canning. It wasn't at home.
yeah, no, we didn't do like the mason jar thing.
Mm.
It was actual cans. Like it looked like it, like
So
you could
this
have put
was
a
like
label on it and it would have looked like.
this is a place like the community could go and use to can their stuff.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that
They
that was
had
a
like
thing.
pressure cookers. I don't know that it's a thing outside of the place that I used to live, but like,
Yeah, yeah, that's interesting. I, I mean, it makes sense that if you're around a lot of farmland and farmers, that people would maybe share that process or have a need for
Yeah.
that outside of
Or
just
just
like,
make it easier for,
yeah.
because we can. So my parents were very like community minded. So
Mhm.
just because like we had enough for our family, we had enough for people to like people came over and we gave to them and stuff like that. So it was always I don't know, it's a thing that I got to enjoy with him.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those were like 3 good years. So
Was there a particular vegetable or crop that you would like you preferred to pick over others, like things that were easier to pick, or something that like, or something that you really
um,
hated to do?
I hated like I hated picking collard greens
Hmm.
because like or any really leafy green because they're small. So like to fill up like a which is also why I don't like to keep too many um bags around
Hmm.
because it's PTSD. So you
Yeah.
have to fill up all those grocery bags with like we call it salad. So you have
Yeah.
yeah, so like salad greens. And I hated that. I hated it. I did not enjoy it. I like shelling black eyed peas. I like
Hmm.
because like you could just take your thumb and
Uh-huh.
like pierce the pod and just go up and that was nice. Um, I didn't like I didn't like having to shuck the corn. I didn't enjoy
Yeah.
that. But I mean, I understood the corn was so good. It was so delicious. So I understood why we needed to do that.
Yeah.
But now that I know that we could have just microwaved that shit and it would have fell off, I'm very disappointed that we spent hours, like days, honestly, shucking corn. Now it was enjoyable times with my mom, but
Right.
I could have we could have did something
We could have
else.
been doing other things. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's kind of like we got a washing machine, so we don't have to go and
Right. Right.
even though we still did sometimes. Like
Still shook it down. Still shook it down.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a lot of like old timey things that like my parents would do, and I would be like, I don't know if we have to do this. And then to find out in college that we didn't, I was like,
Not you going around college being like seeing new things and tools and being like, motherfucker.
yeah. And like, listen, I was the bitch that was bleaching down my bathroom every 3 days
Yes, you were. I
because
can attest to this.
there were four people, and I have like people that can attest to this. They'll be like, "Yep, it smelled like bleach all the time."
Hmm.
In this room. And I was like, and it was because it was people fucking in that bathroom. It was people shitting in that bathroom that was not me, and it was people that I didn't know their cleaning practices.
Sure, sure.
But unfortunately, they can say, I always had a clean bathroom in college because that black guy, he made sure.
I knew that when we were looking for a place to live, I knew that, it could even come down to maybe we shared a bedroom, like if it had to get to that level. But
Oh
there were
yeah,
gonna,
yeah,
but there were gonna be two bathrooms. And
yeah.
because you were not gonna be sharing a bathroom with this motherfucker. I knew it.
I was
And I
like,
get it.
listen, we can do bunk beds, but
Sure. Yeah, we could
bathrooms, I don't
bathrooms
like. I love
separate.
you, and I want to keep it that way.
I know, and I love you, and I knew that in order for this relationship to thrive, that you needed that space. I get it.
Yeah. There's, yeah, shout out to the people that, had to go through my growing pains learning that lesson.
I knew
Um,
it. I knew it by the time we signed that lease. It was all good.
yeah, yeah,
I'm kind of like I am enthralled. Maybe that's not the word. Maybe just curious.
interested.
I'm curious and interested in the idea of people who do things for so long, like the skill set that you picked up probably in like working a field and
Yeah,
picking vegetables.
like I can drive a tractor, I can bush hog.
You have
Like,
when I was between the between the ages of like 16 and 22, I
yeah,
played the guitar for hours. I
yeah,
wrote hundreds of songs, and like, and I the further we get away from those skills, like there's something in us that has that muscle memory. Like I'm always like,
Yeah.
every time I pick up the guitar now, like I can pick it back up pretty quickly and remember
Yeah.
things, but it's one of those things that's like it just gets away from you.
Like if I have to park a car that is stick shift, I have no issues. Like
Yeah. Yes.
I just
Yes.
like I'm just like whatever. And they're like, why? And it's like because I drove a tractor for, the first 16 years of my like
Yeah.
childhood. Like
When we go to Ireland, there's like we've booked an automatic, but everybody says that they try to give you a stick. And there's
yeah.
part of me that's like, oh no. And I'm like, wait, like I drove a stick for 10 years. Like I actually still
Yeah.
to this day in my automatic will sometimes grab the middle. And,
Yeah.
and I'm like
Sometimes I mean my car, like when I hit it, like it will go down to like driver one. I'm like, don't do that.
no, 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 no. My bad. My
And I'm
bad.
like, do 444.
I'm not trying to do that. Yeah, no. So but it's those kind of things, those things that like come out of us at times. It's like muscle memory, or you get into a physical pattern and you think you have to do it, but you haven't touched it in like a decade. It's
Yeah.
like, oh wow, like that always intrigues me. So I never knew you as somebody who had that skill set,
Oh,
but
no.
you probably have a professional level, like, do you know,
Maybe, who knows? Like, yeah, like give me maybe a week, but like I could probably get
you
back in
could
it
get
like
back
a
into the
couple.
swing of things and like probably really pick it up
I'm
really
like,
quickly.
sweetie, I mean, I could make you some cornbread that'll knock your socks off. Like,
Mm,
I
so
mean,
good.
just because I haven't done it since college for random white women that used to come out of my roommate's bedroom. Shout out to you.
I'm having a moment. The visual I'm having of you and your dad canning applesauce cake is like making me like, it's real.
And honestly,
I can't let
honestly,
that
I'm
go from
glad
me.
that like came up
Yeah.
because I've been really bashing him. Maybe he was like, "Bitch, you gonna say something good about," because I've really been bashing him for the past like 3 days. Um, not and none of these things are untrue that I've been
Yeah.
saying,
No.
but there was good in some
There
of the
was
bullshit.
some good.
Like in
Yeah.
some of the bullshit, there was some good shit. Like
No. I've had a week where I needed to cry. Like
yeah,
I could feel it coming. Like
yeah.
I was kind of getting hit from like multiple angles, and then our mutual friend,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, I crossed the line with them a few weeks ago. We were talking about an issue they were having, and
Okay,
I got too familiar.
okay.
You know I can do that, and
Yeah,
so I mistake the communication and what feels like closeness for an ability to be like say something that crosses a line, which
yeah,
I look and feel like an asshole, but it's not my intention. I thought anyway. I crossed the line a few weeks ago, and I knew that they pulled back because of that, and I was like, and at the time I was like, it's deserved. Like we need a second to regroup. I get it. Like I
yeah,
understand. I know what happened. We need a second. And then the other day we were communicating, and they alluded to what happened, like quote unquote, blah blah blah, right? And I was
yeah,
like, and I said, I was like, I need to officially apologize,
yeah.
and I need you to, and although I don't need you to accept it right now, I need you to know that I'm really sorry. And I was like, I was writing it out to them, and I just started bawling. I was like, and
Listen,
that wasn't the thing that made me, but it
yeah,
was like
but like it
everything.
was the catalyst, if you
It
will.
was like I've been missing that relationship and that communication, and then like
Yeah,
everybody was coming at me this week, and then they were like, "Oh, wasn't it funny when you said that dickish thing?" And I was like, "I'm really sorry, and I really didn't intend, like that was not my intent,
yeah,
but I know that hurt. So I'm
yeah.
hoping we can get past that." And they were like, "Oh no, it's fine," and I'm like, "I know it's not fine.
It's
I
not, but it will be.
It will be."
And that's what I've
And
started saying about things. Is because like I can be somebody who can be a little aloof. And like you don't know that you actually hurt me when you really did. But
mhm,
like I've started to be like, it hurt,
Right.
but I think we'll be fine eventually.
We'll
I
get
still
there.
need to take my fucking time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And that's why, and that's like, I mean, I know that, I mean, we've had times in our relationship where I've overstepped or said something or been thoughtless
yeah,
and we've needed a second. And I think I credit that to you because
yeah,
before I would have been like puppy dog. And
yeah.
then like, forgive me, please now. Like
I remember. Yeah,
you have to
yeah,
forgive me. And it's like,
yeah,
I think it's our relationship that's taught me like I can be human and do stupid shit. I can be remorseful,
yeah.
but it is ultimately up to the other person to
Come
want
back
to come
around.
back to
Yeah,
be ready to have that conversation, and
yeah.
it's not my choice. Um, so
And you don't want that person to be. Well, I would assume that well, for me, when I offend people, and I do occasionally, like I don't want them to come around fakely.
no, no, no. I want
I
yeah,
want you to be wholeheartedly like forgiving,
yeah,
you know, or not. Like if you're like, I'm not ready to make nice, I'm not ready to back down. I'm like, okay, be
girl,
mad as hell, like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's
No,
fine.
and sometimes like when that happens, it's a way to reestablish boundaries.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like in this instance, like what happened, this person kind of recoiled on some of the amount of sharing.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And they needed to reestablish those boundaries. And so it might just be that, it's not that our friendship is ruined,
No,
but
by no
it's
means
like
is it ruined. It's a shifting for sure.
yeah, it's like it's maybe not this topic, maybe not this level of detail until we get back to some
Yeah.
place.
Or not
So
even not even like till we get back to a place, but it's like I realize I don't want that type of reaction from you. So I'm not going to give you that sort of information
right,
for you to react to.
right. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that like you've done something wrong. You are you. And I have to work within those bounds as well.
Right. Yeah. No, understanding the relationship with your friend and
Yeah.
what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. Not that they can't change, but that this is where we find ourselves.
Yes.
Right?
There's a
So
reason why you don't meet all the people I fuck around with. Like
this is true. This is true.
you befriend a beached whale. Like,
I I col- I collect people,
yes.
and sometimes we don't want those people collected.
No, sometimes we want them back out to shore where they belong.
Go go go!
Like, we don't need them on our feeds or anything like that.
I knew it. I knew
But that's the thing. It's like I know now.
it.
Like
Right, right, and and
it's been
and
occasions where I'm like, okay, girl.
and
Like
I
that's
and I
fine.
right. We know now. We
Yeah.
we know now what the other person's needs and like what's important to us in terms of what
Yeah.
we think. Right. So, um,
Yeah. And it's the same thing for you. Like you need something different from what I give sometimes to just anybody.
right, right. We
Yeah.
learn how to communicate. We
Yes.
learn how to communicate. We know. Yeah. I mean, there's a reason that like
And and listen, honestly, that shows how much we love each other. Is because I'm not gonna change much for people I don't care about.
right and or try to match somebody's frequency when it's not worth your
Yeah.
time. Right.
Yeah,
So
I'm not gonna give the benefit of the doubt to anybody that I don't deem beneficial in my life.
there's a reason we're not talking 15, 20 plus years with
Yeah.
multiple people in our lives. Right. So
Oh, so you're calling me a whore. Okay.
I'm saying I love you.
Sure.
Wow, listeners.
Anybody want to match my freak? Like,
Yeah, anybody want to match my freak?
I'm just playing. I know you love me, and I love me too.
Yeah, you're great. You're great. You're a real catch there, Tim.
I am. Of the day, of the week, of the month.
That's right.
Honestly, of the lifetime. Like.
It's true.
I love you very much as well.
Oh,
You're the
thank
bear of my
you.
life for sure.
So I got a question for you.
Do you?
Are you a reader?
Yeah.
And say again.
Yeah.
So I would say that I am a bad reader.
Mm.
And when I ask about read, I mean like, do you engage with like books of any sort or long articles, blah blah, whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I will like pick up a reading habit for like a minute and then put it down.
Hmm.
So when like if I find a series that I like a Harry Potter or a Hunger
Yeah.
Games, I can get through them real quick.
Hmm.
But I don't think before this month, I don't know the last time I read a book. Like front to
Oh,
back. It's been a
right.
minute.
Yeah. I noticed on your Instagram you posted some things. You were like, "Hey, girl, love this."
Something I don't okay, well actually it's not something I actually know what caused it, but I was doing that 75 hard challenge
Yeah.
and part
How's
of
that
that challenge
going?
I mean it's
Oh,
not right now.
well, listen. The part about 75 hard is that like you can start back over.
That's
Like,
right. You just start from zero.
yeah,
Um,
it's not a one time.
it's interesting. So there are parts of that program that have right now are on hold because of the I need some things right now. But there are other things that are sticking, like the
Yeah,
reading and the workouts. Like I'm just like in a pattern. Like if I'm not at work, I am at the gym or I'm doing a lap. So I'm like
yeah.
constantly in motion. So although I'm not really following the challenge at the moment, I am.
No, I think it's something to be said about 75 hard is that it's not necessarily about the 75 days that you do it. It's what you pick up
It's
from
picking up
it's the
habits.
it's the habits that you pick
Yeah.
up from that thing. And that could be anything, right? It's like if you're on a strict diet or something and you pick up that you actually like vegetables.
Yeah.
Great. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
Even though I'm not really doing that right now, I've picked up that, and I've known this about myself that I can eat the same meal
Yeah.
every day. Like I can eat the same breakfast and be totally fine. And if it's a filling, healthy breakfast,
Yeah.
that block is set. So
Mhm.
even though I'm not doing anything, I've been doing yogurt, almonds, and berries. Like
Yeah.
just a night. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, but the other part of that is that the reading. So, and I say reading, and to everybody out there who don't think audiobooks count, it's fine. But I've been both reading and listening.
Honestly, fuck them.
Yeah, no, they're
Honestly, like go the fuck somewhere else.
go, yeah, take your shit somewhere else because you're not ruining my joy. So Tim, I have been any YA queer book that I can get in my hands or in my
No.
ears. I have been.
The girls have been writing, and actually, I have to ask somebody before I tell you about this. But
Sure,
like,
okay.
yeah, there's a novel that I might can send your way
Oh,
that
sweet.
is fresh, that's not even on the presses, girl.
Not
Yeah,
even to the yes. Oh,
yeah,
that'd be
girl.
awesome. Yeah,
Mhm.
I will wait for further information.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so part of the 75 hard is to read 10 pages a day of some self help book. So
Yeah.
I have been feeding this from like two lanes, which is one is some kind of self help improvement book.
Does it have to be self help?
With 75 hard, it has to be something related to it. It's got to be something improving. They basically don't want you reading fiction. So they want you
Oh.
reading something that their idea is to read something that will improve your life or improve a skill set. So they don't really think of like reading fiction as part of like the thing like
No.
self improvement or how to improve like some I don't
There's
know.
so much science behind like just like physically reading, and like I am a audiobook girl,
Hmm.
but I also do read as well. But like there's scientific evidence proven that we jog our brains, and like our brains need that sort of like reading on a page type of feel.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, rhythms. Yeah,
in a way that audiobooks don't. I mean, and that is just
sure.
scientific, but I still like, but I do both. Like,
Yeah, I've been on a podcast kick for like 5 years now. Like
yeah.
I've constantly listened to a podcast, and the last like 3 or 4 weeks, it's just been replaced by audiobooks. So
Yeah.
I've just been like
Shout out to Spotify because they
15 hours a month. It's
bitch,
wild.
bitch,
Bitch,
like I was at work
Mhm.
listening to RuPaul's new book. It was
Yes.
so good.
Is it
I
good?
read Michelle Visage's book. I I went on a few people and
Yeah.
also like I do a lot of like finance books and stuff like that. But it's
Yep.
so good. It's so sorry, go back to you.
No, no, no. I mean, that's been like I have a physical book that I'll read at night. So I've got my
Yeah.
nighttime book before I go to bed. But during the day, I am consuming these audiobooks. So like I've finished like 7 books in the last 4, like just
Mhm.
cranking this stuff. And here's I'm so excited. So I've joined a book club. My
Oh,
yeah.
cute.
So the person I mentioned earlier, who I bleeped out, is also they're part of
Yeah.
the book club, and they were kind of the inspiration.
Mhm.
Al has a set of friends that are really into book clubs, and they're queer. So I was like, "Hey, I heard you guys do a book club." They're like, "Are you going to be at the next month? Please come." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, that's so sweet.
So their book for next month is There Is No Ethan, which is a
Okay.
it's labeled as true crime, but
Mhm.
it's about 3 women who find out who they got catfished by.
Yeah.
It's it's
Oh, so
really
it's
good.
kind of like it's that's a movie. It's a movie that's kind of like that. But anyway, yes.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't. This was the first time I got into a true crime book.
Mhm.
I don't mind true crime. Let's do a podcast or two, and like we'll watch a documentary, but it's not like something I consume a lot of.
Yeah.
But 3 days, I was just like, these bitches are crazy.
Yeah,
So
girl.
it was so good. So I'm gonna do my first book club with these people. So I'm
Cute.
so I'm like trying to find new
And you know what?
friends.
That'll keep you super engaged because you are a goal oriented person.
I do. It's like every month,
Yeah.
read a book and let's talk about it. Read a book.
Yeah.
And they change genres every month. So like this month was a true crime.
Yeah.
Next month is YA, which is more my
Yeah.
speed. So excited to see what we're going to read.
So
So
are you gonna already be like president and be like, so we need to read this
so
book?
here are 5 books. I've read them 5 times. Uh, so I don't know. I'm like my father in that I will sometimes pick up new hobbies
Yeah,
or
yeah.
new things to do, and like I don't know.
Remember when you were a baker?
Remember when I baked shit and it wasn't the worst thing that ever happened? I was baking stuff. I was baking cherry pies,
You
bitch.
were. You baked cherry pies. The things you
Mm,
do for love. The
the
things you
things
do
you
for
do for
love.
love.
Okay,
That's
yes.
right. Anyway, and then and then I love that boy. And then Tim, I know I'm like hogging the whole episode. I have outlined a book. Like
You're writing a book.
my this is what I'm talking about. I can't.
It's like it's not enough to
I
just
can't.
read.
I can't.
I'm an author.
This is what I'm
He's like, I can
saying.
do this. I can do this.
Like we
I'm
listen
an
to
author.
podcasts. I'm like, I can podcast. We listen.
Listen, and we're
I
doing it. You're too, bitch.
This is
Like,
year 2. We're almost at 100 episodes, and I'm like, I can fucking do that.
that
Um,
is a motherfucking back to us, to
I,
you.
so I mean, what like I was always a good English student. Creative writing was always my thing.
You
Like
were a literature.
I
Yeah,
was a
you were a
creative.
major.
Yeah, it was my major. I have like a love for this for creativity. I
You're
think
a writer. Yeah, you're a songwriter. Of
it's
course.
writing. So Tim, I have written the outline and the character outlines of a short. I don't know how short it is. I haven't written the whole book yet, but
Yeah, yeah.
I have the outline done, and it is about. Can I tell you just high level? Is that okay?
Should we beep it out? Let's tell me, and then we'll beep it out because I love
Okay.
the beep.
Okay. I mean,
Like,
this is
because I
just
don't listen. I don't want nobody fucking around and stealing because
no,
we
none of that
know the
bullshit.
girls.
But
Shout out to Libya.
I'll give the high levels because it's a queer
Give us
story
the
about
notes of it.
yeah,
Like,
it's a queer story about
okay,
a Scottish uh, lad, we'll say,
okay, okay.
who meets a Danish merchant in the 17th
Mm.
century, and they meet and have like kind of a summer romance. But then the Danish
Um,
merchant has to go home because he's on a ship, right?
yeah.
So he leaves, and then 5 years later, he
Mhm.
comes back. And and at this point, the Scottish kid is like married and has a family,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
it's very Brokeback Mountain, but like Scotland, 17th century. That's all I'm
It's
saying.
like it's giving like the Danish girl. It's giving.
Danish girl, the Brokeback
Oh
Mountain.
my God! What if
Um,
somebody was trans? Like, came
okay,
back.
okay, okay, okay. Go, stop it. Shut up. Shut your mouth. So the wife.
Listen,
So
you're a writer.
I
I'm an idea.
you're the idea. You're the idea person. Um, but I'm not kidding you. I have like a 5-page outline of like the of Act 1, 2, and 3. I've got the
Yeah.
characters laid out. I've been talking to Al about it. He's just like, okay, I can tell you're really into it. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, so he's over it. But yeah,
yeah. Not
it's
over it.
like,
Damn. Damn,
you
girl.
know me. I'm a dog
Give
with a
your
bone.
man, give your man give him some credit now.
No, I no. He's always very sweet with my random endeavors that I like to jump into.
Yes.
Um, but it's just nice to like feel creative and like be in a headspace and like
Yes.
you know.
It's the time for that, honestly. In this age of Aquarius,
Mm,
you really should be like revealing things that aren't necessarily on the top of our minds. Like we really should be looking into that and like dabbling in it and seeing what part of it is relevant to us
what
and
yeah?
what we
What
can relate.
resonates? What
Yeah.
resonates and puts you like at that level? And
Yeah, like I might go back and start rugby again. Who knows? Like, I mean, it helped 29. It might be helping 37 soon.
hey, could
You never
be.
know. Shout out to the Bucks.
Hey,
If
Bucks.
if you want to like know me, I'm probably gonna go to the Eagle at some point. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah. I hope to see y'all out there, and maybe you'll make me run. I don't
ooh,
know, like.
run,
Yeah.
yes.
But yeah, like I'm excited for your writer's journey.
Thank you. I will keep you posted, and I'll probably end up having you like proofread it for me. So thanks for volunteering. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I mean, girl, if it's a short story, I got you.
I get to
Like,
read about all these white people in Scotland in the 17th century. Well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
now you're really feeling that.
I mean, but they're
Um,
gay-ish. Well, they're queer of some sort. I need to stop saying gay
they're
because
gay. They're gayish and they.
people really have thought that I'd be erasing the bi people, and I
Um,
don't. And I
I
don't.
mean, as somebody who's bi who says gay all the time, like I'm not mad about it. Like I
As
know
somebody who fucks around with people who call themselves straight, I know bi people.
you know what time it is. I'm not questioning your intent. But I mean, yeah, there are people out there that question bi-ness, but you're not one of them. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, but I still want to get my lexicon and vocabulary and my things
Yeah,
up. You know,
that's
I want
fair.
to be intelligent about the things that I say, even when they're funny. So
Fair enough. That makes sense.
yeah, I want to be mindful of you guys out there. You are real.
Thank you. I
It's
am a real boy.
not all about you.
Ain't it though?
It's the
Tim,
rivalry for me.
it's the rivalry. Oh, Monet. I'm so happy Bob's back. Um, Tim, what's making you live this week?
Hugh Jackman.
Woo!
Not really. Y'all thought I was gonna go see that movie? Absolutely not.
No, not even a little bit.
What is making me live this week is Spotify. Like my liked songs, I just scrolled all the way back to the end,
Yeah.
and I still am that girl. Like
Yes.
like those songs still hit. Like I'm not embarrassed by any of them. Like they hit me in ways that I'm just like, yep, I'm back there. I'm right back there. Like,
Yeah.
and it was like, I really understand. I got music. I mean it.
There are, I mean, I'm very happy that I've been with Spotify for, I don't know, 13 years now.
Yeah.
That like I have those same moments, like once every year, once every 18 months, I
Mhm.
will go, what was I What was that? Oh,
Yeah. And the
that's
rewinds that they do, girl.
it's so good. And to like I can go back to that time and that place and I've
Yeah.
forgotten it, but it's still there. It's
Like
I love that.
I have a playlist that I have no idea what is it the anagram? I don't know what the anagram means. But those songs make me feel a way that I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I felt in that time. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, oof, girl still ain't got nobody, ain't gonna have nobody. Anyway,
Mm.
I'm like,
Mm.
yes, Jasmine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
So yeah,
Oh
I
yeah, I
am.
feel that. I feel
Then
that.
sometimes I'm like, I have a running playlist from, and it's like when I used to run.
Yeah.
So that was a while ago, and
Yeah.
it made me feel like I wanted to run. Like,
I have a it's a rap metal playlist that I built back when in West Virginia
yeah,
that I
oof,
added to over the years. And like when I'm like need to get in my gym mode, I will put that on and it's like dun 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 dun
yes.
dun. I'm like, yes, Luda. Yeah, I hear you. It puts you back.
So thank you, Spotify. I'm living for you. Who are
Thanks,
you?
Spotify.
Who? What? When? Where? Why are you living?
I have an anti-living, actually, unfortunately. I have an
So you're
anti-living.
dying
Yeah,
to.
dying to. It's one thing to let people run with rumors
Oof.
that Beyonce is going to show up. It's another thing to publish and say it's happening and then have to retract that fucking story. So if you don't know, don't publish it, you fucking morons. I'm talking about a specific publication that
Yeah.
decided that it was real and it was not real. We got Pink, and I love Pink. Don't get me wrong, love Pink. Love Pink. She's
Now,
great.
Pink has gone through a lot this year.
She's gone through a lot, and most of it is due to drag queens, and I get it.
Yeah, and
But
I need us to stop doing Alicia like this,
no,
girl.
she's great.
Like
I
she is. I love Pink.
love. I really
I am
do.
in awe of what she does on a
She's great.
daily.
But can you
Love Pink.
imagine? Love Pink? Can you imagine? Like you've been asked to do this. It's been planned, and all day, all you have to hear about is other people talking about how they think Beyonce is going to be here, and it's you.
Maybe she thought Beyonce was coming. She was like, "Oh, I
Maybe
can
she was
see
like,
Beyonce."
maybe when I wrap up, Beyonce's gonna be that's gonna be great.
Yeah,
I that was what like yesterday, like in the build up to Kamala's speech. It's like, and like freedom's gonna get done, and it's gonna be amazing. And
yeah.
now they're saying it's definitely happening. It's like sweet. It's like y'all are stupid. Don't be putting people out like that. That's
Well,
not.
we can't
When I
do
say
it
y'all,
all right.
I mean the the publication that put it out there.
Yeah,
Not the fans, because the fans think that she's gonna do stuff she doesn't do all the time, and that's
but
fine.
you know what? I'm sure they probably. Blue was like, "Mama, I'm tired," and she was like, "Okay, we gotta
All right,
go.
we don't have to go.
So
Yeah,
we'll have to do this anyway." And she was very demure, very
you,
mindful.
I mean, I could imagine that like they're running with it, and Kamala's team's like, can we play like some like
Something.
something through the speakers that make people think it might happen, like the
Yeah.
rehearsals for like
Can we just get one of the drag queens that look like her to
yeah,
like?
just have her like walking in the background for a second. Like,
Can
just
we get
warm it
Trinity
up.
K. Bonet to like just come through with one of them, Zsa Zsa Jews?
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, come on. So yeah, so I was up late last night waiting for it to happen. And it
yeah,
did not. I stayed up past my bedtime for nothing. And I'm like,
bro.
y'all ain't gonna get me.
See, this is my thing. The older I get, the more I'm just like, staying for what? Like,
For
like,
what? I'll see it in the morning. I'll see
I
the clips
will.
tomorrow.
I will.
Yeah.
I am on Twitter, fucking trying to masturbate anyway. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see the
I'll still do
clips.
it.
I saw Michelle in between cheeks. Like it was fine.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to stay up for the DNC. I'm gonna vote for her. Like,
Yeah, you got my vote. I'm going to bed. Exactly.
I was like, I saw Lil Jon right after I ended It was amazing. Like,
Very good. I'm so happy. Thank you, Little John.
shout out to you.
Who's that?
This needs to be beat. Another beat.
Oh,
Oh.
were they? Wait. Oh, in your feed? In your feed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
never mind.
I mean, I follow him. I'm not gonna. Oh, guess I don't know if he listens, but I'm not paying for it. Like,
No.
it's for the 17 seconds, girl. Like,
I gotta beep all this out. Hold up. We gotta go back. We gotta go back.
so just cut this out.
Okay.
Can we just do a long beat?
Yeah, we're just doing the longest beep ever. We have to cut the last 90 seconds
Yes.
out. Jesus. So,
Please, I just want that so bad.
to bring it home,
Yeah.
don't tell me B's gonna be somewhere if she's not gonna be there, and I'm gonna go to
Yeah,
bed.
shame on y'all. I mean, Sir Davis, if that's nothing, like, y'all can just talk about that. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm so excited for, Mr. Davis to be on my shelf at some point.
There we go.
Yeah.
Tim, where can people find us?
Well, you can find us anywhere you can find Ryan Reynolds. Apparently, you can find him under Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
You can find him somewhere in Bear's Dreams. And you can find us at wearecubandchub.com.
Yes, wearecubandchub.com, where you can find out where to stream us, how to buy our merchandise.
Yeah.
You can look at really cute photos of me and Tim being all sexy.
Mhm.
And we'd love to hear from you. You can write to us at wearecubandchub@gmail.com. Again, Libya, let us know what's up. We know you're listening.
Please, we want to know you. Truly.
You wait. It's one of our friends, like Galen, with a VPN, and it's just bouncing through Libya. You wait.
Oh, damn. I forgot about VPN.
VPNs, it's like one of our...
It's literally somebody, like, I don't know, in Connecticut that I just met.
It's
and
Jason.
like, they'd be like, you got a... I didn't know that motherfucker had a podcast. I'm listening. Like,
yeah, it's Jason bouncing through Libya. You know it is, so...
Girl, shout out to you for lying to us this whole time.
Thanks, Libya. Tim, it's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you as well. You're amazing. You're amazing. You're wonderful.
Friends and family, love you. We'll see you next time. Have a good week.
You fine folks at home, you're wonderful. Pussy's great too. Mwah. Bye, bitch.